Hey guys, what's going on? It's Raphael. Just to tell you a little bit about myself, I own a video production company here in Goose Creek, South Carolina. Not to give too much away right now, I just wanted to make a video of a recent brand message video that I did for a realtor out of Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. Um, the video was staged in a model home out of Mount Pleasant, and all we did was do like a talking head with some B-roll. I guess your typical brand message video. I just kind of wanted to go over how I set the area up. We did a 2 camera setup. It was a minimal setup, 2 camera setup. It's actually a 2 point lighting and overhead mic. Now I did play the producer, DP, director type role, or director, DP type role. My wife Ebony played the interviewer. She helped me set some of it up, but let's get into it. Full screen. Okay, there we go. All right, so as you can see, hopefully everybody can see this. As you can see right here, uh, I said a basic setup, but it was a little more, I guess, maybe a tad bit more than basic. Simply because I had the B cam on a slider. And then my A cam, we was partially using a teleprompter right here. The 2 cameras that we was using were the A cam was a Sony FX3, and then the B cam was a Sony FX30. I did get these from Lens Rental. Lens. I did get these from Lens Rental. Um, right now, that's like the go-to place for renting my gear for shoots. Um, I have my key light right here, which luckily I didn't need a like powerful key light. The natural light from the windows came in amazingly, and that sun actually stayed in the sun actually gave good lighting for the most part. Because I only put up a aperture 60x. Now I did have a 200x. Don't ask me why I didn't put that up. I don't know. I think we was kind of rushing for time because we went to 2 different model houses, looking through the houses to try to see which one we wanted to shoot in, and then we actually started setting up in one house, and then we kind of changed it at the last minute. So, um, yeah, we had this aperture 60x. Now during the shoot, I had one of my smaller 95 V mount batteries on there, and it definitely died in like maybe 30 minutes in. I was actually surprised it died that fast, and I ended up putting one of my 190 V mount batteries on. So the quote key light was um, the aperture 60x. Like I think from now on, I just go with my 200x, even though you have to plug it in. There's no way you can use the battery power, but um, this gave just enough light, that it made it look good, right? So that was the key light. I had a boom for an overhead mic, and that was the Sennheiser MKE 600. That was going into the Zoom S F3. Um, and then, of course, like I said, these are some Benro tripods, and I think this is a Glide Gear. I don't remember the model, but it's a Glide Gear teleprompter. I was just using the iPad on it, and then I already gave you the cameras. I do not remember what this light is. I put it up on the screen once I take a look at it. I don't remember what this light is. I use it as like a hair light type deal. Um, it's nothing. It's nothing expensive, if any, or anything like that. Now I will end up going to either the Amaran tubes or the straight aperture tubes. For this particular set, I only did one C stand. Usually, I do 2 C stands with the boom mic on one and then the key light on the other. But this one, like I said, we was kind of crunch for time. So since I was using the P since I was using the Aperture 60X, and I wasn't kind of booming the light over anything, I just let it be. So, see about going to the next picture. Okay, so now you can see a little bit of um, how it looked from our end of things. So, um, you see the gimbal right here. Of course, like I said, we was doing B-roll of the Mount Pleasant area and downtown Charleston area. But I actually use this also to get like it turned out to be bad BTS, but to get a little bit of BTS that I could add into the brand message video, and I actually only added one of the clips. Because I was shooting on a Sony A3 with this, and it didn't quite match up as far as looks and colors. So I only used one clip for the brand message video. But this is how you see it from our view. These are a couple field world monitors that we use. It look great. I have the Deity D3 Pro as this microphone. So you can see my headphones. Oh, like I said, my wife did the interview questions. This is where she sat at. So we can do like we can go, you already saw one screen grab. So, so here is the A shot. What she's saying now. Now I said this is a screen grab. So right now it doesn't look the best. I think one thing that I kind of went back and forth about was how sharp to make it. I didn't want it to look like super sharp, so I kind of left it as is. Which the client she ended up loving it. So I think in hindsight, I think I would have made it just a tad bit sharper than it is right now. But we was aiming for the kind of airy look, light and airy look type deal. So this is my A-frame right here. As you can see, my highlights are blown out back here. If I would have had enough time, what I actually would have done different was use some of my ND filters. I would have used my ND filters, and then to get the background, looking crisp and not blown out, get it exposed right. And then I would have came in with the aperture. I would have came in with the Amaran 200X and made sure I had enough light. Now, if you ask me back in the setup, why did I use the dome? I wanted to get a good feel around her face, a good wrap around her face. I really wasn't going for, the Rembrandt look, whereas shadows on like contrasty or real shadowy on one side, like a dark area. Um, so it's slightly shattered, and then it is a slight Rembrandt, I guess. But I really wasn't looking for that filmic look in a sense. I was looking for the light and airy. That's kind of what she was aiming for in her brand message video. And then the B shot was a close up right here. Now I do think the B shot was a little too close, but like I said, the time constraint that we was dealing with, I kind of set it and I just left it. The main thing about the B shot was making sure that as it traveled on the slider, that she remained kind of in the center. So that was my main focus. Of course, I would have did things a little differently if I would have gave myself enough time when it came to setup. But the B cam, from the full rotation, you could like see this. You could see this light fixture right here. When it was all the way to the right, you could see like the full light fixture, and then when it was all to the left, you could see actually it's kind of like these fake apples on the table back here. So the B shot I wasn't necessarily proud of. I still got some highlights blown out back here. Definitely something to keep an eye on next time when it comes to my setup. I wish I would have had like maybe an extra 30 to 45 minutes to actually finish setting up. But as you can see here, the same when it comes to sharpening. Now this is a screen grab, so the video actually looks better than this. But as far as the sharpness, I think the sharpness is okay for the look we was going for. I wish I could have lit it a little better. The hair light that I was using actually, how can I say it? I think the hair light I could have boosted it up a little more. I could have made it brighter a little bit. It gave a little shine to the hair right here, but it wasn't a lot at all. So I wish I'd have did that a little better. So like I said, this was a quick brand message video I did for a realtor out of Mount Pleasant. Her name is even if you're looking for a place, her name is Janon German. Um, and so I just really want to do a quick video of a setup that I completed for a brand message video. This is probably the best shot right here. Video turned out great. She's getting good responses from the video. Oh, I also didn't say, as far as audio, I actually ran the Sennheiser MKE 600. I told you I ran it to the Zoom. I ran it to the Zoom F3, and then from the Zoom F3, I ran the line out into the A cam, and that's how the A cam got its audio. So that was my two sources of audio. Of course, I was recording on the Zoom with the 32-bit float, and then recording in camera from the Zoom. And then, of course, this was more of like scratch audio right here. Now, usually what I do, if I end up putting a Rode Wireless Go 2, if I ended up putting one of those on the Talent, I usually run that Rode Wireless Go 2 into my B cam. That'll give me another source of audio that, for whatever reason, if it sound better, I got it recorded on the Rode itself, and then I got it recorded in the B cam. So I'll be able to use those two. As we know, the Rode has 32-bit float also. But the Zoom F3 usually is my go-to because for the most part, the overhead mic sounds the best, especially with this Sennheiser microphone. The Sennheiser microphone actually cut out a lot of background noise. We didn't realize that we didn't realize that they were still going to allow people in and out of the model home. So in the middle of the shoot, like, people were coming in and you could hear them talking, and contractors was coming in and talking with the people about the new builds that they were doing. And the Sennheiser, like, it did a phenomenal job. It rejected all the noise that we heard. As I was listening back on the audio, I couldn't really tell if I was like, these are not noise canceling headphones. There's some cheap Sony headphones. So I couldn't tell if I was hearing the background noise in the headphones or if I was hearing it like from outside the headphones. Well, it turns out I was hearing it from outside the headphones. So this microphone did amazing. It was I was very thrilled on how this microphone performed that day. So like I said, I am right now. I'm kind of playing the role of owner operator. I'm the owner. I operate everything, so I'm kind of playing the role of director, DP, and I'm transitioning out of that role because that's a tough role to have to do setups, complete setups like this, and then do it all by yourself. Minus like help here and there, a little bit of help here and there. So if you definitely looking for help or want to contact me, definitely look me up, 3-4 Film Group. We're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Just hit me up if you're definitely interested in collaborating, or definitely look us up. So to be honest, I think that's all I have to say about this. It's not an in-depth tour of my lighting or in-depth tour of how I did the cameras. Just a short video that I wanted to get up just to put stuff on YouTube. So until the next video, you guys take it easy.